Hey y'all, this is take 4 on this video. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this video because for whatever reason, um, my phone is just doing some really weird things right now with video, and I have not done a video in a good while with my phone. Like this. It's been a while, right? Y'all would say, those of you that follow me on social media, you would think it's been a while since I've actually did some update videos. Normally, I've been doing them on my podcast. Put a little plug in there for you all. So if you're not listening to my podcast, you need to go to Anchor FM. You need to go to Google and type in Miss Kim McLeod, VA Real Talk. You will find me immediately. Okay, I am out here. Okay, I'm out here on Anchor FM, on Spotify, Google and Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Castbox, iHeartRadio, a few others. I am not able to name them all at this moment in time, but I am on a good at least 9 podcast platforms, and I think I'm on a couple others as well. So just kind of put that plug in there. And that is one of the reasons why you all have not seen me on video lately, because of that. I've been really getting into my podcasting. I really enjoy that. A little bit, I don't say I enjoy it more than video. I notice it's more convenient with recording and publishing it. It definitely saves a whole lot more time than doing video, and plus I have the opportunity to reach so many other areas and platforms and people and areas all over the world. So yes, I've been very blessed to have that podcast. So the reason, oh yeah, some of you may be wondering why there's white stuff in my hair. That is called gray hair, okay? That is called 31 years old and genes, because gray hair runs in my family quite strong. All right, so you're just wondering what's going on with Kim hair, why she got white stuff in her hair. Don't worry, it's gray hair. It's gray hair. Some people think it's lint. Some people think I need to wash my hair. It's gray hair. It's gray hair. Okay, so the purpose of today's video, this video is being recorded on Saturday, December 7th, 2019. Understandable. You may be listening to this on a completely different day. That's just for me and my personal records. Okay. So for those of you that do not know about this, I am considered a resident in counseling, meaning that I'm in residency pursuing LPC, licensed professional counseling, with the Virginia Board of Counseling. Okay. So I've been having this thought for a good week or 2 weeks, and I have been meaning to do a video for you all concerning this topic. And I really didn't know what avenue to really take this. It was like I was having questions like, do I really want to share this on social media? Do I really want to share this on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and other avenues, and have people share it, or have people, talk about this view, and for people to debate me about this, or whatever the case may be. Now, for those of you that do not know, I'm a huge mental health advocate. I want to say probably in the past 2 years, I've been really harping up on this topic of mental health. Okay. So the part on mental health I want to talk about today is the cost of mental health, the pricing, the financing part of mental health. Now, I want you all to understand on here that may not understand everything that goes on behind the scenes when it comes to a mental health professional. You have to understand that mental health is a business, just like with any other business. Like, for example, lately I've been saying things like mental health needs to be taken care of just as much as your spiritual and your physical health. So for example, if you are sick with the flu, or you have bronchitis, or you have cancer, or you have an eye problem, a hearing problem, you go to the doctor. You go to your PCP, or you go to an urgent care. You go to a patient first, or you go to the emergency room. You go take care of that. And when you go to the hospital, when you go visit your PCP, or you go visit any other medical professional, medical offices, they are running a business, okay? Not to say they don't care about your health. I would say most people that's in the helping professional, they like people, they love people, they want to care for people, they want to help people, okay? But you have to understand that these offices have financial responsibilities, like with any other working person. And for whatever reason, when we talk about mental health professionals, y'all out here act like mental health professionals don't got bills to pay like everyone else. And yes, I said it because I'm about to get like real intense on this video, because this is really starting to hit me like no other. Like it's cool for people to pay good money for family physicians and specialists like brain specialists and heart specialists and eye specialists, even the dentists, same thing. They run a great business. Okay, let me tell you, people in the dental field, they getting paid, okay? And rightfully so. I personally need to go to the dentist here soon. When I had to get like dental work done, I didn't mind paying like the additional costs I needed after my insurance covered whatever, because I knew I needed to get my teeth taken care of. I had to get my dental hygiene taken care of. That is very, very important to my dental hygiene as well. It could take effect on my physical health as well. So I didn't mind, either, making payments and this and that, and going to the dentist every 6 months or every 3 months, depending on the severity of my issue. And I remember at a point in time where I went like a few years not going to the dentist, and when I had to start going back, I had to get back on schedule. So I had to go a little bit more until they could put me back on that 6-month schedule, okay? So, but like I said, whatever reason, when we come to mental health professionals, like, the resident and counselors, the licensed counselors, the LPCs, the LCSWs, the psychologists, there's the licensed family and marriage therapists. We're out here, okay? And most of us, I would say, most of us that I know, I can't speak for everyone. I can't speak to every city or state or country, but for the most part, on what I know, most people that's in the mental health profession, those that are case managers, those that are counselors, licensed or pre-licensed, most of us care about people. Most of us understand that mental health is a life or death situation. Most of us are sensitive to people's past, present, and future. Now, with that, it's a gifting and a talent like any other profession. And I'm really like I'm really like trying to like balance this out, because I'm not really trying to go like, I'm not trying to be too lit on this topic right now. But I feel myself getting there, because a lot of people need to understand this. Okay? Should mental health professionals charge for mental health? Yes, absolutely, because these are these people jobs. These are these people careers. You have to understand, a mental health professional, I'll use myself for an example. Of course, I don't know everyone else's story. I don't know everyone's undergraduate or graduate internship process, but I know with myself, I went through 3 years for undergrad, okay, for my bachelor's in psychology. And it was 3 years because I graduated early because I spent 2 years doing summer school. And that's how I was able to graduate a year early. Number two, I went from getting my bachelor's of psychology, bachelor's arts. Then I went directly, it was like a few months later after I received my bachelor's, I went into graduate school. And it was a clinical mental health program, professional counseling, master's of professional counseling. It took me 3 years to complete that program. The reason why it took me 3 years, because really it could have took me 2 years, but it took me 3 years because I decided for a season just to do part-time. I think it was like a year I just did part-time classes because I wasn't sure if I was going to transfer to another school. But then I decided to just stay at the same school and finish out. My last year, I had to do a year internship, okay? Now, remind you, go back to my bachelor's year, I had to do a semester practicum, okay? So going to graduate school, I had to do a year internship, and really, I had to find my internship at that particular time in that particular program. The program was fairly new, and so I was responsible to find my own internship. So honestly, it took me a whole year to find me an internship, and that's why I finished in 3 years instead of 2 years. Okay, that's another reason why too. I had to do that. I forgot, honestly, I don't remember how many hours I needed that year, but it was a whole year internship. Okay, on top of me still full-time, doing full-time classes as a graduate student, on top of working full-time as well. Okay? Then, after I finished with my master's, I started working full-time. I didn't go directly into my residency. I waited a little bit. Then I finally decided to submit my paperwork at the first find a supervisor that will willing to supervise me, which is not so, it's easy for some people and it's not easy for everyone. Okay? Thankfully, the Lord graced me to find me a supervisor, okay? That's approved by Virginia Board of Counseling. Started my residency February 2017, okay? You have to submit paperwork to the board. They have to approve it. Then you have to receive my residency. You have to have, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's 3,400 general hours, and I believe it's like 2,000. I have it written down, okay? You would think I'll have this memorized, but I have it written down, okay? It's about 2,000 of direct client contact, meaning face-to-face contact with clients. You have to have, and also you have to have 200 hours of supervision, those meetings that you have with your licensed supervisor, the person that you're actually working under, you're under residency under that person's license, okay? So they're entrusting you that you're going to do the right thing. At the same time, too, you're entrusting them that they're going to give you what you need to help you on your jobs and give the right mental health professional advice and guidance. No, I say all of that, too, because we're just not out here out of high school or out of our undergrad talking about something. We're going to counsel someone or do therapy. That there is a process, just like with other professionals. It's a process. So remind you, I've been in residency since February 2017. Today is December 07, 2019. I'm still not licensed because you have to complete all these hours. And also, on top of that, when you have your meetings with your supervisor, they have a listing of things that you have to be competent of as well. So, when you connect with a great therapist that's definitely licensed, just know that you just met someone that's really above the bar, honestly, because that's another thing too that some of you gotta realize too. A lot of people that get licensed, they don't automatically have outpatient experience. Some people don't get outpatient experience until they're licensed. Okay, so you find someone that's been fairly well-rounded, as in someone that works with adults, children, families, with agencies, organizations, as well as outpatient. If they're certified in different things, you know that they've done different trainings and workshops. You're meeting someone that's above the bar, okay? And since they had to go through all of that, yes, they deserve to have a session rate. They have that right to have a set session rate. For those of you that believe that people can just go in and get therapy for like $20, if therapy was worth this $20, honestly, would it really be worth it? Because, like, really, like, what are you paying for? I have realized in life, believe me, I am frugal. Okay? Now, I won't say I'm cheap, but I'm very frugal. And I'm always doing my best to get the best deal everywhere. Right? But I have realized in life, there are certain things to not go cheap on. Okay? One of those things not to go cheap on is food. And I say that because in our society today, bad food is normally cheap. The good food that's going to help you get right costs a little bit more. And I don't even look at it as being expensive, because really, if you don't eat right now, you will be paying much more later in the long run, dealing with major medical and physical issues. All right? So when I say that too, based upon mental health, because mental health is not one of those areas that you want to go cheap on. And yes, Kim McLeod said it. You do not want to go cheap on mental health. All right? You just don't. You have, like I said, I just list all the things that some people have to go through to get their license, to get their residency. And counselors, they're forever self-educating themselves. They're forever involved in personal development. This is either reading professional psychology, behavioral counseling books. They are doing classes on their own locally, different cities, different states. They're participating in workshops in person or also online. Okay? Also, too, there's quite a number of counselors that also go to therapy, which is great. Okay? Because you want a therapist that is competent as well and also having a balanced life as well. Okay? So, where I'm trying to get here for this. So, this is the thing. There's a lot of people out here that is neglecting their mental health for whatever reason. I don't know all the reasons. Some of it may be the negative stigmas behind it. Maybe because people are listening to their family and friends and telling them not to go. One of the big things that I'm noticing this year, the past 2 years, that I'm noticing why, like I said, I can't speak for every demographic and area, but I personally live in Chesapeake, Virginia, which is in the Hampton Roads of Virginia. We're on the far east of Virginia. When we're right on the water, we're like an island to ourselves in Virginia. Okay. And I have an office. One of my offices I work in is in Norfolk, near the airport. And then the other office is in the heart of Greenbrier in Chesapeake. And what I've been noticing a lot when I just talk to people in the community, talking to friends or acquaintances, or even when I'm looking on social media, when I'm looking on things on my phone, people complain about the price and the cost of therapy, and that's why they do not go. And I'm not discounting financial hardship. Believe me, I am one person can definitely understand financial hardship, and I am very sensitive when it comes to financial hardship. That is most definitely, like, I do not downplay that at all. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about once someone mentions mental health, automatically your mind goes and says expensive. Question: is mental health is getting mental health support expensive? No, it's really not. Now, I will say this: there are some professionals out here that their price is a little steep. It is a little steep. I will be honest about that, okay? But like I said, most counselors, licensed or pre-licensed that I know of, the majority in this area, they're not expensive, really, when you put things in perspective. That's the thing, you need to put things in perspective. Your mental health is very important. Your mental health is just as important as your spiritual and your physical health. Okay? You need to have balance in all of these areas. And so it's very, very important to get your mental health under control. And if you personally know you need help, okay, reach out. Go to Psychology Today. Research these counselors. Make phone calls. Email them. Go visit the office. You have all right and authority to do that, right? Now, say if you really having, for example, I can't use everybody for an example because I don't know everyone's situation or office situation. But me personally, my self-pay rate, meaning that not taking insurance. Now, I'm looking forward to the point that I'm able to take insurance, but at this moment in time, I'm not taking insurance because since I am a resident, I am not allowed to take insurance at my Norfolk office. Okay, at my Chesapeake office, I'm allowed to do Medicaid, Optima Medicaid. That's all I'm able to do as a resident. So at the moment right now, I'm only taking self-pay, cash-paying clients. My 50-minute session rate is $75. Let me tell you, that is an absolute steal. For all my frugal people out there, that is a great deal when it comes to mental health, okay? Because easy out here in this profession. Self-pay clients, you're looking at $80, $85, $90, $95, $100, $120. The most that I've seen that a resident has charged was $135. Okay, now think about that. $100, $75. You all that know me, you already know my skill set. You already know who I am. And just even putting the education on the side, I have personal experience dealing with mental health from childhood, teen years, as an adult. I'm also a Christian as well. I also, so that right there too, some people are looking for someone on the spiritual side as well. And the fact that I'm only charging $75 for a 50-minute session, you really can't beat that. You really can't. Think about it. Put things in perspective. And I'm no one to tell you what to do with your money. That's between you and your money and God, right? But I'm just trying to give you some perspective here. Let's talk about eating out, okay? Lord is working on me with that. Like, I've actually been doing a whole lot better with that this year. I've been cooking a whole lot more, and you save so much more money for better things, right? Now, most times when you go out for a nice meal, you're spending about $20, just about. If you want something decent and something that with some substance, you're looking at about $20, right? So say if you do that at least once a week, okay? 20 times 4 is what? That's $80 that month you just spent. Easy. But I will honestly say, most of y'all that listening to this, most of you, I could pretty much say that y'all are going out more than just once a week. I'm no one here to judge. Because believe me, I have been one of those people. I used to be one of those people that I was legit going out almost every other day because I was so tired from work. I didn't feel like cooking. I know how to cook, but I don't like cooking. So for me, it was just more convenient for me to just go to Chick-fil-A. You know, what's another place I used to go to? Can't think of right now off the top of my head. There's some other places I used to, go to. Some Mexican restaurants go to. Yeah, you just feel like it's convenient. Like, just go here, get a sub here, just connect with some friends and go here. So say if you're doing that, if you double that, say if you do that twice a week, what's that? We're looking at what? We're looking at $160 a month you just spent on going out. Think about that. And when you come to me and tell me that you cannot afford $75 for your mental health, if you was having a constant migraine and you did not know where it was coming from, you did not know how to get rid of, what will you do? You're gonna make an appointment with either your PCP, or you're gonna go to the emergency room, or you're gonna go to urgent care or patient first. And if you don't have insurance, you're gonna be paying out of pocket. Now, I will also say this too. Most of us out here that have insurance, and if you go to the emergency room, you're gonna still be paying out of pocket something. So you're still going to be getting something in the mail. So why is that so much more important than you dealing with depression so severely that you don't even recognize yourself anymore? You're not even able to enjoy the things that brought you so much pleasure. But you're choosing not to take care of that because automatically you're thinking that you're not able to afford it. And the fact that you're not even proceeding to talk to a mental health professional. And I will say this, I'm 28 minutes in, but I want to make sure I get my point across here. I will say this, most counselors, therapists, they're not going to tell you if they have a sliding scale rate, meaning that they have a lower rate to help those that are in financial hardship. And most people are not going to advertise that on their Psychology Todays or the other outlets that share their counseling information. Is because so many counselors have been burnt out and taken advantage of from people that was just trying to get the best deal and be cheap. And instead of just being honest with themselves and with the counselor and actually doing a budget for themselves. Instead, they people have come up with the most bizarre stories and make counselors, like I said, most of us have a heart. Most counselors out here have a heart, and they really, really sincerely, generally want to help people. They see the very best in people. They want people to reach their full potential. They want people to activate their callings and their purposes in their life. So, a lot of these counselors, they listen to these stories and they feel so bad that they lower their rates so this person could get help. And then later on down the line, they find out these people are close to rich. They're upper middle class, and you know, they got houses and nice cars, and they just pretty much deceived, lied. So I will say most counselors are not going to automatically post it. But I will say this: if you notice a counselor that that you feel like you connect with from reading their profile, or even talking to them on the phone, or when you're emailing them, even from the first couple of sessions, and you notice, look, you know for yourself, you can't keep doing this. Ask. I'm telling you this. Ask the counselor. Do they offer a sliding scale? And talk to your counselor, XYZ. That's why your counselors are there, to help talk things out, to process. Let them know what's going on. And I know with my office in Norfolk, there's actually a site that we use that you would need to go in and fill in your information out. And from that site, it determines a lower payment for you. Also, too, for me, if when I do the sliding scale thing, there is an amount that I will not go lower. I will not go lower than $50. Will not go lower than $50. With that being said, I need income statements and I need some type of budget. Okay? This is why you're there. Talk it out. We are here to help. I'm sorry and I apologize for any counselors that have exploited anybody out here that you may have been taken advantage of as a client, and unfortunately, that maybe a counselor or therapist mistreated you financially because they was just looking at what they was bringing in financially, and you wasn't really seeing the mental health results as you deserve. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. That's just, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. They have failed on their end. They will have to answer for that. And just and unfortunately, there's plenty other medical doctors out here that have experienced malpractice. Okay, of course, that's everywhere. That's every type of field. You're gonna have some rotten ones. Okay, but like I said, most people that I know, most mental health professionals I know, are gonna do their best to work with you and make sure you get to where you're going to go. And I, for one, I understand I don't know everything. Once again, I am going towards licensure. I'm not fully licensed. I completely understand that. I am aware there may be some situations that may come up that I'm not able to take care of. And maybe I feel like someone else, another counselor could be a better fit for this person, or a specialist that could be an additional service as well. So I also have to understand my limitation as well. And honestly, I have no problem. I'm a child of the King. I'm a child of God. Never seen the righteous forsaken, nor seed begging for bread. Okay? So I'm not worried about if I have to refer a client over to someone else, because I know my God's going to send somebody else to me that's a better fit. I'm not out here to exploit anybody. Okay? It's wrong, and people will reap what they sow. But I'm just trying to give you all some perspective here. Stop treating mental health professionals like second-class citizens. Stop treating us like we don't know anything. Stop treating us like we're not educated to help people. Stop treating us like we only deserve $5, $10, $15, $20 when we're legit helping people with not harming themselves and harming other people. Just because we may not get enough people lobbying for us on a higher level does not mean we don't deserve to make a living like everyone else. So I just want to make that point clear to you all. For those of you that are looking for a counselor, reach out. I'm telling you, reach out. You can reach out to me. I could probably shoot you some names or whatever. If you're a complete stranger on here, if you're a friend of an acquaintance or whatever, I would love to try to work with you. I have no problem with that. My information is all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. You could find me. So for those of you that are trying to reach me, I could reach my phone number. There's 2 phone numbers you could reach me by. 757-271-9030. That is the number to Oasis Clinical Counseling Services in Norfolk, Virginia. Also, you can reach me by 757-773-7488. And that's for me. You could talk to me for Oasis, or my other office is Changing Lives Counseling Services in Chesapeake. My email, I'll post my email on here too, but my email is changingliveskm@gmail.com. I'm on Psychology Today. Type in my name, Kim McLeod. You will find me. So yeah, I want you all to get the proper help. Put things in perspective. You know, it's the holiday season. And I know a lot of you all are going to be spending money that you really don't have to impress people that you really don't like. Yep, I said it. Kim McLeod said it. Why not spend a little bit money to take care of your depression, to take care of your anxiety, to take care of some trauma, okay, to take care of some relationship conflicts? You know, I work with adults, I work with children, I work with families, I work with couples. Pretty much, I work with anyone that wants help. You have to decide if you want help, okay? But I do know the sacrifices and the steps that took me here. I just didn't arrive here just one day. I just didn't get out of high school, like I said, and say, oh, I'm going to be a counselor. No, there's been years. I have been in Norfolk, the Hampton Roads area for over 12 years. I started this process 12 years ago. Okay? So think about that. Someone that's been in this field for 12 years. And my highest rate is $75. And I'm not ashamed to say that. Because honestly, people, I could charge $80, $85 if I really wanted to. But we're going to set it at $75 right now. When I get licensed, it will change. It will change. So you might as well use me when I'm only at $75 right now. You might as well. But anyways, like I said, I can't judge you. I can't tell you what you're going to do with your money. But if you know someone that really you think could use some extra help, refer them over to